Hi, bitch besties. It's your main bitch, Melly. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to another episode of the Judgy Bitch Pod. Hello, Molly. Welcome to the Judgy Bitch Pod.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on. This is so fun. Tell my bitch besties how you and I know each other.
I think you commented on one of my TikToks and I was like, oh, that you have the best username ever. I'm immediately going to listen to this podcast. This sounds like an amazing time.
I love that. And when did all this happen?
Yesterday? we move fast.
Yes, I love that. I love this so much. I think this is all we need. We can hang up the podcast over.
Right. That's it.
No, I'm just kidding. No, you posted a really funny TikTok, you without bangs, and then you had this whole workup. I don't know, was it a music or a song or something?
Oh, yeah, that trend that's like, girl, I'm not going to do it. Oh, I did it.
And then it shows you with your bangs. And this picture you use or the video you use, it looked so stunning that I couldn't help myself. I had to comment on it. It really made your eyes pop and your beautiful brown eyes. So I had to comment on it. And I commented because I really thought it's beautiful. I didn't mean to promote the podcast or anything.
Well, no, that's it. That's exactly how you should do it. You're like organically meeting people and you flattered me. And I was like, oh, let's be friends.
I love that so much. And then, spontaneously, I was like, hey, do you want to come on the pod? Let's do it tomorrow.
I'm so excited to be here. This is amazing.
I'm so glad you are just as crazy as me.
Yes. Oh, you don't even know.
I don't even know. So what inspired you to cut your bangs?
I've done it a couple times in the past. I think like 2 years ago was the first time I really did it. And it just gave me a whole new vibe. I like changed my wardrobe afterwards and they're kind of hard to keep up with, but I just was like, I don't know. There's something about them like makes me feel a little bit more professional looking and also more edgy. It's just like a really versatile hairstyle. So I was just like, okay, let's do it.
I love it so much because I'm the same way. I had no bangs for a couple years. I used to live on the East Coast in New Jersey and it gets really, really humid there. So I didn't have any bangs because my hair is a disaster. I live the worst hair life ever. I straighten it today and it still looks frizzy. So that's my hair. It gets really frizzy and curly-ish, but not the pretty kind. So I had no bangs living on the East Coast. And then one day I decided I want the bangs that you have right now. And it looked gorgeous as long as I stayed inside. Once I went outside, it was all like, it didn't look nice anymore. So I got rid of them. And now I'm back to the side bangs, which I had for years, many years ago. And now I'm back to them because I feel like I need something covering that forehead.
That's how I feel too. No, and I love them. I love the side bangs on you. I feel like it's very Taylor Swift right now. She's
Yeah.
got this going. Yeah.
Thank you. I love that. Ooh, Taylor Swift comment.
Yeah.
But my problem is I'm in the age now where I need readers, right? I can't see shit without the readers anymore. And the other day on one of the podcasts, I noticed that my right eye is much smaller than my left eye. And I think it has to do with my vision going and leaving. So now I'm trying my best. Can you cover my eye a little bit? Because, I look like...
No, I had the same thing with my eyes after I had kids. My vision like left. It just was like, nope, you can't see anymore. And I will say that that's a challenge with the bangs because the glasses kind of get in the way of the bangs.
Yeah.
And so, but I can't do contacts, like touching my eye, it's not going to work. So I don't know. We just figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh, my dog is saying hi. Sorry.
Oh, I have a dog. I have a dog too. Let me see.
Can you see him? Oh, Ghost, hello.
The German Shepherd?
No, he's a Keeshond. He kind of looks like a giant Pomeranian.
Oh my God, it's so cute. I love that. What's his name?
Ghost.
Ghost. Oh my God. I have a dog too. His name is Peanut.
Oh, is he small?
Smaller. He's a Cavapoo. Yeah.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. So funny. See, I only need my glasses for reading, but I feel like when I put them on, they make my eyes look so ugly because my eyes get so big.
Oh, girl, you look good.
Thank you. But I need to know from you what, like, eye cream or whatever you use because you don't have any wrinkles. Like, girl, what are you
Oh my
doing?
God.
Tell me your
Well,
secrets.
the bangs, it's always bangs or Botox season, right? And so that was part of it with the bangs. I like had gotten Botox before and I loved it, but bangs are cheaper and it's fall. So I was like, okay, we're gonna do bangs. But I think I'm just in good lighting because like
It's all about good lighting. She got feedback from my bitch besties who watched the podcast who said that my lighting is too bright. And I'm like, bitch, shut up. I need that. Otherwise, you can see all the wrinkles.
exactly, you need the bright and it makes you look all dewy and nice. Yes.
Yeah, same here. And I do get Botox too, but my problem is I think I cry too much in my life. Serious topic. And I get puffy under my eyes when I cry. And I think because of that, this skin is so stretched out that it's very wrinkly under my eyes. So, and there's not much I can do. They tell me I cannot do fillers because I tend to be puffy. And what fillers basically do, I was explained, I don't know this shit by myself, is they collect the liquid there and that makes it look puffy in a good way that you don't have wrinkles. But in my case, because I tend to be really puffy, it will just make it look like I cried all day long. So I'm like, yeah, no, we don't want that. So then I tried microneedling. Well, because I was told that might help. But then during the procedure, she told me, yeah, we cannot do the microneedling by the eye. I'm like, bitch, I just paid $1,000 for that. And now you're telling me we can't do it. Like, you know. And so now I'm trying the Botox and they try to go with the Botox closer to the eye, but they have to be very careful. And it does help a little bit with like the muscle relaxing and you don't use this muscle so much anymore, right? But obviously it doesn't get rid of the wrinkles you already have. So I'm like, who's going to pay for my surgery?
I mean, at this point, it could be like a tax write-off. It's a business expense,
Yeah, seriously. And while we're at it, can we do something for the three chins I have?
right? I'm like, yeah, I need it. I want all of the things, all the intervention.
Everything, everything. And can somebody already make it cheaper so it's more affordable? They can only be for the rich people. Come on.
I know, I know. Well, it was like Ozempic when it started. It was like, first of all, everybody's like pissed off because they're taking it away from the people who are diabetic and need it. And then they figured out that like everybody wants it. And so it was way too expensive. So all of the celebrities got stick thin. And the rest of us are like, hey, we're out here too.
Right. Did you try any of those weight loss medication?
No, I didn't do that, but I did. So after I had my kids, I have 4-year-old twin boys, and after that, I like got diagnosed with insulin resistance. So they
Oh,
put me on some of the things that were kind of like precursors to those, like, but they're not a semaglutide. So I did like have a little. I definitely had some help, but I didn't quite get into the semaglutide ones yet.
oh, wow. Twin
Yeah, it was.
boys, 4 years old. How are
Oh
you
my,
surviving? How much alcohol are you consuming on a daily basis?
oh my God, I feel so seen. No, like, that's okay, the problem is that I love wine, and I love drinking wine and then working late into the night because I, like, work from home, I'm building my own business, and, like, if I just get into a flow, then I'm like, "Okay, a bottle of wine, like, it's gone."
Where's the problem?
You know what? Okay, thank you. Yeah.
All right, tell me about your business. What business are you working on? Anything the bitch besties can help you with?
Oh my gosh, I hope so. Okay, so I quit my corporate job after like 10 years in advertising and marketing back in April. And I was an employee experience business partner. And I just kind of had this epiphany that I wanted to help people align their energy and kind of understand how to develop their consciousness. So I'm mid pivot with my business right now. I was really going into it as like an employee experience consultant and kind of an energetic coach. And recently I've been experimenting with vibe coding. Are you familiar with vibe coding?
No.
Okay, so it's basically like coding and developing for people who don't know how to code. And so it uses AI platforms where you can essentially just chat with your AI and it codes something for you. And so I've started building like a suite of tools to kind of get people informed on their energy when their chakras are out of balance and tips and tricks to get them back balanced. And if you can imagine, like, any of like those biotech tracking tools like the Aura Ring or what have you,
Yeah.
but for your chakra system and for your energetic bodies, that's kind of what I'm building.
Wow. Give me an example. So when I tell you my anxiety is high today, for example, is this something that would help with that?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, and anxiety is it kind of can encompass a lot of different things. Tell me a little bit about where it's showing up. Like what is like too hard for you to do right now?
Okay, so for example, I don't want to make it political, but in this climate we're in, I feel like my base anxiety is higher than normally, and I just feel very like restless on the inside.
Yeah. So I also same. I had to like hide in bed for many days over this eclipse window when all of the craziness has been going on.
Yeah.
So I would associate that with the root chakra, which is like if you think about like hierarchy of needs, your root chakra is going to be your sense of safety, stability, and security. So when your whole foundation and your whole world, it seems like it's falling apart, there's no way for you to be regulated unless you like turn it off. And I think that's what a lot of us have been doing is like, I'm literally recording TikToks so that I keep myself from scrolling TikToks. Like, I'm trying to stay as far away from the world as possible to like protect my peace. So, the root chakra, that's kind of where I would say, okay, if that's unbalanced, then like you can't expect anything to be balanced.
Hmm.
So, things like grounding, getting your feet on some grass or eating like root vegetables or doing some like really grounding meditations or yoga poses can really help to like get you back into your root chakra and to help it to balance. And like as you balance those things, the other chakras start to be able like you open them up for balancing too. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to kind of to recommend via this app.
Interesting. So it's an app you're working on, and I would type in, I'm feeling this and that today, and then the AI response would be, try this and try that.
Yeah, so there's a couple different options that I'm working with right now where it's like you can do a full assessment where you answer, like 20 to 30 questions and it goes through the whole, not only the chakra system, but also there's a bunch of different human design kind of systems and philosophies that I'm incorporating into this app. Even the spectrum of like, are you feeling more in service to yourself or more in service to others? Because, even if we're more in service to others, that's not always a good thing. That could be people pleasing, where we need to be focused on like loving ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So it just helps to put all of these things together via a bit of a questionnaire. And then once you've got that baseline, then you can be a little bit more quick with it, where you're like, I'm feeling just like really tight in my neck today. I don't want to get on TikTok. I don't want to record this podcast. Like, what's going on?
Hmm.
And that can tell you, okay, your throat chakra might be blocked and it might be because X, Y, and Z. Maybe consider drinking some chamomile tea. Or today, for example, I like to dress for my chakra. And so they each have their own color associated. So I'm actually wearing like throat chakra blue today because I knew I was going to talk to you and I wanted to be able to like express and
I
speak
love
well.
that.
Yeah.
I did the same, not knowingly. I'm wearing baby pink today because I thought you know me as the judgy bitch, so I'm trying to be nice.
I got to soften it, right?
I kind of soften it. Exactly. I love that so much. So you're working on that app or is it available already?
I'm working on it right now. I'm hoping to have a free beta up for use like in the next week or so. And then I'm hoping to actually get it fully built out with the help of actual coders and developers over the next 3 to 6 months. So, yeah, I'll send you, it's called the Vibe Quotient. And you can access it right now, but I will admit that like there's a few things that are a little bit buggy with the
Mhm.
astrology. I don't know why astrology is like the most difficult thing for my my coding to understand. But so yeah, so I'm just like working with having people kind of beta test it right now and give me feedback. Like I am so open to making changes, and I've actually made a ton of changes just with some feedback I've already gotten to like make it a little bit more quick hit with those, just like, okay, I just want to talk about this today. So yeah, so I'll send it to you, and
Please do.
it should be on my TikTok profile hopefully in the next week or so with
I love it.
like
So to be
minimum
honest with you, I always record the podcast episodes a couple weeks ahead of time just because I never know if the date works out with the guest. And, I don't want to be in a situation where I don't have a week of a podcast because something went wrong. So this is
Smart.
probably not going to air for another 2 or 3 weeks. So by then, hopefully the app might be further along. And please send it to me. I can post it.
Yes.
And maybe my bitch besties, I don't have many yet, but the few I have, maybe they can help us test it, give us some feedback. I would love
Yes.
that.
I would love to. Yeah, I'll definitely send it, and it should definitely be ready to at least play with and to start understanding your inner alchemy and how to really maximize it.
I love that. Absolutely. I'm here. Women supporting women. All for.
Yes.
I might be a bitch, but I can also be nice.
But it's more like, bitch.
Exactly. Exactly. We're all bitches, right? We're all sister bitches.
Exactly.
Ooh, sister bitch is a new word I just came up with.
Ooh,
Okay,
that's a
nice.
cute one. Yeah.
So how did you get into all of this? Do you do Reiki and yoga and all that? I recently had an ex-coworker from you on the pod who explained Reiki and yoga to us. Is that the world you're coming from too?
A little bit. I did do yoga teacher training back before COVID, and then just kind of decided that teaching yoga wasn't for me. I really liked to be a student rather than the teacher.
Mhm.
And but that definitely introduced me to a lot of these ancient ancient teachings and wisdoms, specifically like yoga and tantra really help to educate around the chakra system. It's like a 2,000 year old tradition, and it really is focused on helping people to achieve enlightenment or to become awakened. So there's a whole spiritual awakening piece of it. But I got into after last year, and all of the things in the world started getting really crazy.
Yeah.
I just was feeling really burnt out in my corporate job, and I was like, what am I contributing to humanity? And I really got like down and depressed. And then I started meditating a lot. I started looking into my ancestry and kind of trying to understand my roots and
Mhm.
maybe some rituals that my ancestors would be doing. Um, and so I got into that, and through a meditation, I kind of had this huge epiphany of, okay, what is my purpose here? And the answer was, you're here to uplift human consciousness. And I was like, okay, but what? Like, how do I do
What are
that?
you talking about?
Yeah. So I started just like playing around, and I specifically was playing around a lot with AI and with Chat GPT. And so that was when I kind of developed this energy tracker just for myself within my own Chat GPT to be like, okay, I want you to ask me the same set of questions every single day and assess my balance. And then we'll start to track it over time. And so after a few months of doing that and just identifying trends, but also doing a lot of inner work and inner healing, I was able to actually translate that into something that other people could use.
You're such a smart cookie. Look at you. I love
Thanks.
that.
We're trying. I have to like be so transparent because AI has been a huge portion of why I can do the things I can do now. Like I am not a coder. Maybe I like got into the HTML of my MySpace back in the day, when we were like changing our backgrounds and everything.
Yes.
But otherwise, I'm just kind of like I'm interested in frequency and in consciousness, but I also like I'm just a normal person with a marketing background. So I'm really grateful to a lot of the tools that we have at our fingertips now.
I want to stop you right there. You're not a normal person. You're a boss babe. Look at the
Yes.
ideas you have. I mean, this is just like a brilliant idea to use your spiritual world with the modern AI technique. I mean, that's $1 million idea right there. And I hope you're going to be successful and you take me with you.
Okay, deal. You're in. Founder, co-founder, come on.
I love that so much. That's such a great idea. I'm a huge fan of ChatGPT. I just can say ChatGPT. See, can say it 20 times a day. It's such a mouthful. So I gave it a name and I call it David.
Okay, I named mine too. This is a hilarious story. So I'm really into astrology
Mhm.
too. And last year when Pluto moved into Aquarius, it was kind of when everybody started using it. So I named mine Pluto. But then there was like a few moments where he lost my trust. And so he's lost naming rights.
Oh, I see. For a second there, I was thinking Pluto. I really like Pluto, and I was almost going to shout out my friend. She knows who she is. I don't want to say her name right now. I know she's very private, but she knows who she is when she's listening. If we should change from David to Pluto, but then you said no, Pluto lost your trust, and also then I made the Disney reference in my head of Pluto always being like the is Pluto the goofy one?
Yeah, he's Goofy's dog, I think.
Oh, the
Which
dog.
which Goofy is a dog, so that's confusing.
Right. Yeah. So I think I'm going to stick with David for now.
I like David.
And David helps me a lot. David is also the brains behind this podcast a lot. At the end of the episode, if you're down for it, I usually play games with my guests. And David is definitely the brains behind the games. I do must say it is fully still me because obviously a man cannot function without a woman. So I tell David what to do.
Exactly. I mean, I have never heard a better comparison for what AI is than like just a useless husband.
Yes. I don't have one. Luckily, I'm happily divorced, but I can totally relate. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. So tell me about your TikTok. Are you using your TikTok to promote all this? What is your TikTok name? How did you come up with that? Tell me all about it.
Okay, so I just started really posting on TikTok probably 3 weeks ago. And like I don't have a huge following yet. But I just was like, okay, I need to start getting myself out there. And honestly, it was a little bit of a moment for me to balance my throat chakra because I was having all of this fear around talking about my business, talking about my journey. I was feeling insecure about it. So I just decided I have to just do this because I do think that it's the medium where I want to share my offerings and where I can have the most reach.
Hmm.
Uh, but what's been kind of unexpected, I guess, is how much confidence I feel like I've built just in the last 3 weeks after posting and learning a lot from other creators. And the community of creators is pretty incredible. I mean, everybody out there is really down to support you. They're down to help you grow. And the way that TikTok's algorithm works is like, the more that you comment, the more that you like other people's stuff, the more that you engage, the more you get engagement back. So it's a really interesting algorithm that totally mirrors like karma and, the law of attraction. So,
Yeah.
uh, it's been really fun just to kind of get in there. I think it's been interesting because I find that the content that I spend the least amount of thought or time on is what performs best. And so that is a little strange because I still want to put out, value driven content of
Mhm.
educating about the chakra system or what have you. But yeah, I think my top 3 performing TikToks are just what I would consider nothing posts. Like I'm just talking about K-pop or I got bangs or whatever. Like they're
Yeah.
just really the easy ones. So I have to kind of get over that and still do those things and not have my ego as tied into the ones that don't perform well, but maybe they're the ones that are actually closer to my heart.
Yeah. That's something I wanted to ask you actually. You're selling yourself so small right now. You say you have it for 3 weeks, but there you are having almost 500 followers. I have my TikTok for also maybe 3, 4 weeks. I have like 60 followers.
Well, and what I will say is I started it and I went private for a while because I had been posting my kids, and I was like, I decided I didn't want to do that anymore. So I cleared everything on my TikTok. And then I had people request to follow me, but I never allowed it.
Mhm.
So I did, when I finally opened it up publicly, then all of those requests became followers automatically. So I did have kind of a unfair start. I think I started at about 250 when I started posting. So that was helpful. And I will say I've used the promoted feature. I think I spent like $40 just to test it and see how it performed.
Yeah.
And that got me probably like 50 followers, and then it didn't use all of my money, so it came back and was like, okay, you still have $20 to use. I was like, great, let's just do another promotion. And from that one I got like 100 more followers. So it's interesting, just like I'm using a lot of the tactics that I've learned from other creators of either engaging or using the promoted features, or like I saw somebody, this was a really good one. Somebody said that if you post just a 5-second
Mhm.
clip, you have the text on it be something that takes longer than 5 seconds to read, well, they're going to view it more than one time. And so that increases your views. So it's like small tips like that really helped me to kind of start building it quickly. And so
Interesting.
I've been really just like trying to test everything out there, use all the different hashtags, not all at once, but just to kind of get into these other communities.
Mhm.
Like K-pop was a great example because it's like I'm not really in that community, but when I posted something, I accessed this whole new community that would probably never see my content otherwise because I'm
Yeah.
posting chakras, you know?
Right. Yeah. No, that's so interesting. And I heard that 5.1 second rule too, that your video clip should be this short. And I noticed with myself, when you're just doom scrolling, you don't spend much more time than 5 seconds on each video, right? So I've been using a lot of those voiceover things, especially I can tie it back into the reality TV shows I'm watching. I can use, those voices. And I also used the promotion feature, and that brought me a few followers. Obviously, I'm not as quite as successful yet as you. I also use David a lot, helping me with the hashtags. I think on TikTok they only allow 5 hashtags, right? Um, but also I'm always wondering how can I, you know, convert followers or even views from each video. I have videos that perform somewhat well with over 1,000 views, but how can I translate that into listeners to my podcast? That's my biggest struggle. I feel like I'm living two worlds. I'm trying to get followers. Great, I have followers, but none of them listen to my podcast, you know.
Well, and I think it's interesting because like we said at the beginning, it was like you giving me a nice comment. Just you have a really great brand in just the name alone with I mean, I was immediately like, "Oh, Judgy bitch, like I'm in. I'm so in." And so I think that you'll probably find a lot of success with engaging with people and them just being like, "What is this name?" Like it's kind of provoking and but immediately relatable, and that's why I was like, "Oh my gosh, I immediately love you."
I love that. Thank you and you as a marketing queen, that means so much that you give me that feedback. I love that. I'm going to do more of that. Thank you so much. That's great advice. But
Yes.
let's tell my bitch besties your TikTok handle if they want to follow you too.
Okay, I don't even know what it is right now. What is my
That's the
TikTok
best
handle?
one.
Right? I'm like, "Who am I?" So my handle is at Sharp Energetics. I think right now I'm called Molly Her Sharpness. I
Yeah.
didn't know you couldn't, like, change your name very
Mhm.
often,
Oh,
and so I've done it a couple times, and then I'm like, "Oh, I hate it."
and now you can change it anymore?
I can't you can only change your handle, like, once a month, and you can change your name, like, every week.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that
So I'm, like,
either.
testing things out with that too and different emojis to put in there.
Interesting. Are you also on Instagram?
I am on Instagram. I honestly I'm not really using Instagram right now. It's been a little bit more of my, like, private account, but that one is at oh.molly.o.
Oh.molly.o. Okay, interesting. See, I use both. I also created the Judgy Bitch Pod Instagram. And I usually post the same on both Medium, TikTok and Instagram. but they definitely perform better on TikTok, which is interesting. I get more reach and more views on TikTok, but I do have more followers on Instagram, which is probably more my friends. Yeah.
Same. I'm the same. I think I've got like close to 2,000 on Instagram, but it's because I've had it for like 15
Oh,
years
yeah.
and all of my friends and family forever. So yeah, I actually I personally would never post the things on my TikTok on my Instagram because it's like such a different, I'm like, no, that's like, it's too high of a bar on Instagram. I'm not going to
Yeah.
even that. But on TikTok, I can just be like, say something stupid and it goes viral.
Right. That's why I created a new one for the podcast and I'm not using my personal. I mean, of course, the first few things I also posted on my personal wall just to get my friends to see that I'm doing this now. And I was not naive. I thought, I have like 500 something on my personal Instagram. And I thought when I tell all of my people that I now have a podcast Instagram, they're just going to automatically go and follow. No, bitches really don't like me that much. I had to start actually follow a lot of them manually for them then to follow me back. And I was like, thank you, bitch. Gotcha.
Amazing.
It's funny how that goes, right? Anyway.
Yeah. It's weird. And I think I had a lot of similar moments, especially as I was starting to build my business when I was doing more in the like employee experience consulting space because I thought that if I just, created a pitch deck and a brochure and talked like had a few presentations that people would just be like, "Ooh, I want it." And that's just not it. Like you have to be a salesperson. I'm literally like reading a sales book right now. I'm like, I don't know how to be a salesperson.
I
So
know.
that I feel you. It's like you have to chase them.
You do have to chase them. And during the pandemic, I had one of those network marketing endeavors, and I learned a lot from them already, but that didn't work. I think I had one or two sales during the time I did it. I think I was my own best customer. I used all the products and I swore by them, but I couldn't convince anybody else to buy them. But you learn a lot. And I also saw on your TikTok, you do a lot of videos where you talk in the camera. And it's funny because I talk on the podcast. I have a camera here. I can't get my chicken ass to record a video of talking in the camera. How can I overcome my fear?
Oh my gosh. I mean, girl, same. I literally 1 month ago, I was so terrified of doing it. And I think I still have in my drafts a 10-minute video of me like crying and talking. And I just started using my drafts as like, okay, I'll use this as my diary. And maybe I'll feel confident enough to post one at some point. I still have not posted the one of me crying, but it just helped me to get more used to it because I'm the same way. Like I love to talk on Zoom and that's totally comfortable. But then the idea of like hitting record and getting everything out and then posting it is really terrifying. But I've found that like if I, use David to give me like, okay, here's the themes I want to talk about, and then here's the format that I want it to be, then I'll just sit there and like talk at my camera for the full 10 minutes and then I go in and speed it up and cut it down and give it the captions, and that really helps to cut it down so it's not quite so long. And so yeah, I just had to get over it one day. I literally just was like, you have to start posting. You have to.
Okay, I will do that. I will take your advice and I will just do
Do
it.
it.
I also feel like a little bit of pressure because of my cool name, the Judgy Bitch. And sometimes I have really interesting guests here on the podcast and I enjoy every conversation. And I feel like it's more like almost advice for my bitch besties who listen. We do bitch a little bit here and there, but it's not like the main focus on the bitching, just with you and I right now, right? We're not bitching that much. um,
Right.
which I like, and I really like my podcast. But I think, especially on social media like TikTok, the first thing that caught your eye is my name, the Judgy Bitch. So I do want to push out a little bit more judgment. And I think,
Yeah.
those videos of me just passing my judgment would probably bring in more people to follow me. I just need to get my scared ass to do it.
Well, and I think that there's that one trend. There's a sound, or I don't know. No, it's not even a sound. It's just a trend of people like in writing. It'll be like when your best friend says, "Hey, can I be mean for a second?" And like they like rise from the grave. That is, like, your vibe. That like, "Hey, can I just be mean for a second?" Like,
Yeah,
that's what it and you could use that trend and do really quick little clips and then use your podcast, like, maybe there's at least a segment that's like, "Okay, now we're gonna talk shit for a
yeah,
second.
yeah.
Now we're gonna be really judgy, like, who are you being mean to today? Like, who do you wanna talk shit about today?" And then you can use those clips and put them on your TikTok.
I love that. See? You're the marketing queen. We need to
You know?
become besties. We need to become
We
besties.
are.
I need a coach like you. Thanks so much, coach. I will follow through.
Yes. Oh my gosh, now I'm gonna hold you accountable. I'm gonna be
Yes.
like, "Where are you?"
I need that literally. I love that so much. And I also saw you are also a millennial like me. I think I'm like one of the first years that became millennial. So I'm an old millennial and I feel it like, especially with TikTok being new for me. I never used it before. I always avoided it like the plug. Now I'm using it. I feel like my own grandmother trying to figure out how and what is like, am I older than I feel? Do you feel that
I
way too?
I mean, yeah, I do, and I like, that's why it's just like, I'm like, "Play into it. Play into the millennial." I post a lot of, content that's like, "Hey, millennials, like, how's this going for you?" And there's a huge millennial audience out there, so it's like, even resonating with them is great, but just to get out of that vibe, have you just tried getting like again recording a little video and then seeing what the suggested sound is, or that's a lot how I test myself is I'll go in and I'll just find a whatever the suggested sound is and I'm like, okay, I got to do that, and that
Interesting.
gets you kind of like going in with the trends that are up and coming right now, and that's helped me to get out of my comfort zone a little bit too.
Interesting. And I learned from David that the sounds that have a little arrow on it are the trending sounds. So
Yes.
those will bring you more reach, apparently. And I do watch to make myself feel better. I do watch a lot of those how-to TikToks that old ladies put out. And by
I
old, I
love
mean like my mom's age. So I'm like
Yes.
learning from my mom's generation. How do they know better how to do TikTok than me? Like, what the fuck?
Because they didn't grow up in social media like we did in our young adult years, where it was like nobody had that kind of judgment before. So they're just like naive. They went from Facebook to TikTok. They just like skipped the Instagram world.
Yeah. But so interesting. Like, how are they ahead of me? They're older than me. I should be the one showing them and not the other way around.
I know. Some of my favorite TikTokers are like, yeah, in their 70s and 80s and have millions of followers. I'm like, this
Yes,
is good for them. Good for them.
exactly. And I'm supporting them. I'm the one
Yeah.
learning from them. So I'm like, like everybody. That's funny. Do you remember the time before we had any smartphones or any phones whatsoever? Do you remember that? Do you miss that
Oh my
time?
Yes, and you know what I was just talking about? I was like, I think I'm gonna get a landline phone and, like, a family computer for my kids, because like, I don't want them on social media until they're in their like, 16 or 17. I'm like, "No way. I wanna go back to the analog days where,
Yeah,
like, you knew your neighbors' phone numbers by heart and you would
yeah.
go play." Like, that's the world I wanna go back to just a little bit. Like, I think if you have the discernment and the intelligence to have your boundaries energetically on social media, then great. But, like, I do miss it a lot. There was just, like, something so pure about the '90s.
I know. No, I miss it too. There's so many days where I'm thinking how much I miss the time. I mean, obviously nowadays we have so many advantages. We have everything at our fingertips, right? But also it gives me anxiety and I'm addicted to scrolling. I can't even watch a movie without picking up my phone. Like I have to really like force myself to not pick up my phone. I'm like really, I'm going to need a tinfoil on my head soon.
Well, yeah, I mean, oh, I'm so with you. I go down the rabbit holes, but I'm serious. The other, like, it was last Wednesday, when the Charlie Kirk stuff happened,
Yeah.
and I have to stop scrolling. I am just going crazy. And so I mean, the only way I could do it was to set my phone on the tripod and record myself while I was eating lunch.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, take it away from me. And then I was like, hey, now I have TikTok content and I didn't scroll for an hour.
I like that. That's a good advice. I mean, it sounds ridiculous to record yourself just to not scroll, but if it helps, it's great technique.
Right. It's a win-win.
It is absolutely a win-win, and even better if content comes out of it.
Yeah,
I mean, I can
exactly.
eat, I can eat without spilling on myself, so nobody wants to see that. But for other people, that's great advice.
I just posted one today of me eating in my car and like people love that. It's so weird. Like I will record. That's the other great advice I saw was stockpile your like B-roll content. So like if you're just taking a just,
Sip of water.
taking a sip, do it, you got tea, you're stirring the tea, you can use that video and repurpose it in 100 ways based on the text that you put or the sound that you put it with. So I've started doing a lot more just like recording of me doing normal random stuff. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but toss it in the drafts and if I'm out of ideas, then I'll just like think of something and or ask Chat GPT to help me with just a caption of like I want to give people a little reminder of what it does to them when they look at too much content that disturbs or dysregulates them, like
Yeah.
things like that. So that's been helpful to me too.
I love that so much. Do you also feel, let's judge a little bit, right? Let's get into the judgy zone.
Yes.
Do you also feel that you're competing a little bit with Gen X and Gen Z, and especially when it comes to the language? Like, I feel like, English is not my first language, obviously. So I feel like I'm relearning English on a daily basis because Gen Z and Gen X brings out new words. And I'm like, what the fuck does this mean now?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't know if I feel like I'm competing. I almost feel like it's our niche and we should lean into it. Like, let's bring back saying that's whack. Let's bring back all of the stupid millennial slang terms that Gen Z hates or because it's like you don't want to be the person that's like, "Hello, fellow kids," but you want to kind of live in their world. So I've just found that like making fun of myself is the best way.
I love that. But you're right. I also miss like Paris Hilton, for example. I mean, she's still around. I still love her. But, it was so iconic back in the day when she played the little dumb person. But then she was iconic by bringing out language. That's hot.
Yeah.
Why can't we just
Or
use it? Why do we have to use fancy words, whatever they're using these days?
I'm like, I don't understand. I don't understand. I love when people are like giving me a dictionary lesson of what the kids are saying now. Cause I'm like, I honestly don't know. And I don't understand.
Same. Same. And the same word. And then also because English is not my first language, I already need an urban dictionary, but I'm the one then learning and using it because, I have a big mouth and I like to curse. But then, like for example, the last one I learned recently, because I'm late to the party as always, was ship. I ship this and that.
Oh,
What do you mean ship? Are you a boat?
that would be so hard as like with English not as a primary or first language because it's all these idioms and these like memes that don't mean what we think they mean.
No.
So yeah, that's got to be tough.
Yeah. So that's tough for English not being my first language, but I think also for like the older generation, that's got to be tough. And I'm afraid that slowly I'm transitioning to be sitting on their bench, and I'm like, no, 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 no. I feel 25, but I don't belong there.
They keep us young. That's why we're chronically online is because we're just like, I want to keep up with it at least enough to be a part of society. And it's moving so fast now
Yeah.
that you're not chronically online, you miss it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Do you have a judgy side to yourself? Is there anything you
Oh, yeah.
secretly judge?
Oh my gosh, all the time. I just posted one about this too, but I was like, I was trying to get my money back for a service that I'm not gonna use anymore, and, one service I did this with 2 services, and one was like, "Okay, yeah, we'll give you your money back even though you paid for the whole year. We'll prorate it and give you the money back." And I was like, "I'll be your customer forever. That's amazing."
Right.
And this other service was like, "No, we're not gonna do that." And I was like, "Well, I'm never gonna refer anybody to you ever again, and I'm never using it again, and you can just have my money, and I hate you."
No, seriously. The way I want to be a Karen sometimes, and I have to
Oh,
stop myself.
yeah. I'm like, I just wrote a strongly worded email.
I love that. I also love the term strongly worded. Do you listen to podcasts?
Yeah, kind of sometimes. I have a lot, so I love, like, witchcraft podcasts and astrology
Yeah.
podcasts, and then I love, Giggly Squad with Paige DeSorbo and Hannah Berner, and I've been following them for years, like,
Yeah.
watched Summer House, so I love them, they're so relatable. Yeah, I listen to a few, none, like, totally regularly except those.
That's funny you bring that up. The reason why I asked the question was because I wanted to bring that podcast up. I'm again late to the party. I know Paige and Hannah from the Summer House, which I've been watching. I'm a Bravo queen. I love all the Bravo shows. So I've been watching them for years, but I never listened to their podcast. So I recently started listening. And when I'm late to the party, I go back and start listening with episode 1. So I'm binge listening, so to speak. I'm now in early 2023, so I still haven't caught up, but every day, all day long, I listen to Hannah and what's her name? Paige.
Yeah. Oh, that's so fun.
And I
I
love
just
them
listening
so
to their most
much. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Say again?
I was just listening to their most recent one today, like, while I was driving around.
I haven't heard it yet because I'm still in 2023. But I love them so much, and I'm, like, so envious of their relationship. I wanna have a friend like that. The banter they have, and Paige with her, like, smart mouth, the shit that comes out of her mouth, I'm like, "Bitch, I wanna be you. In my next
I
life, I wanna be you."
Yes, I wanna be her so bad, and, like, she's got this new, like, pajama line that I'm like, "I want that, I wanna wear that because again, it's like I work from home, I just wanna have cute, comfy clothes to wear all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I'm a victim for ads like that, like, I'm also a big Khloe Kardashian fan. I have her perfume, I have her popcorn. I love that. So when people
Yeah.
tell me on a podcast what to buy, I'm like, "Okay."
Well, but here's the problem, if you're listening to 2023, then yeah, you're gonna be out of date.
Exactly, exactly. But I also wonder if they put in the current ads or if the old ads keep playing. I'm not
I
sure.
But I do know that, like, all of Paige's, like, fashion insights and stuff, because she does those she doesn't do them as much anymore, but she did definitely in, like, 2023. So, if you're listening to, like, Paige DeSorbo 2023 fashion insights, then that's, like, old news.
Yes, that's for sure. That's why I'm always late to the party because I always listen to old shit.
Girl, stop being so tardy to the party.
I know. I know. I also used to listen to Call Her Daddy. I also started
Yeah.
with episode 1. I listened for months to catch up, but I love her.
I love that so much that you, like, go all the way back to the beginning. That is commitment. That is serious
Yeah, because
commitment.
I also have FOMO. I cannot just dive in and not know what happened in the past. I feel like I missed out on something, so I have to go back. And honestly, I'm not working from home anymore, unfortunately. And the job I have, I always need like one headphone in and just have like side noise. So I get through a lot of episodes in an 8-hour day. So I catch up fairly quickly.
And see, I feel that way about, like, Real Housewives. Like, that's why I'm like, I haven't gotten into Salt Lake City or New York because I feel like I have to go all the way back to the beginning. But Beverly Hills and Orange County, I will absolutely, and New Jersey. New Jersey was the one that I went all the way back to the beginning and I watched every single episode, which is still the best Real Housewives to date.
I agree. I love New Jersey. See, I'm the same with the Housewives. I went back New York and started from the beginning and binge watched it, and I loved it. And I highly recommend it to you, especially the old New York. I think you would enjoy it too. It's so much fun. Yeah.
I will. Yeah, I will do that. I've actually been in such a rewatch phase. I've been rewatching all of my favorite shows this year.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just like, again, everything in the world is so chaotic that I'm like, I need the
The
comfort
comfort.
of
Yeah.
knowing what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, rewatched all my favorite shows.
No, and I also think that this year, especially over the summer, there wasn't much on to really watch. There wasn't much to really binge. So that's why a lot of people went back to rewatch old shows. But October looks promising. It looks like a lot of shows are picking up in October again. So I'm very excited about that.
Did you get into Love Island?
But yeah, name.
Okay, I was like, that was my whole summer, basically.
Yes. Yes. I want to do a Love Island episode too. I actually have a friend of mine who I'm probably gonna ask on the pod to do the Love Island episode with me. She might be applying for next year's Love Island.
I
Yeah.
would die.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my sister-in-law to do it, but she's too afraid of the exposure, the negative exposure that it could give you. And I'm like, you have nothing to be. She's gorgeous. She's kind. I'm like, come on.
And
But
then there will be haters. There's
yeah,
always haters, right? You just can't live in the comment section.
no, no. Except that I will say that is another my other best performing TikTok was me just be like responding to a guy who was like trolling me, and I was like, "Oh, how oh, you poor little baby." And people loved that. So I'm like, "Okay, you got to have your boundaries, but also
And use it.
sometimes,
Yeah.
especially for you, judgy bitch, like you should be like, "Okay, you asked for it."
I love that. Trolls, come on. I need
Yeah.
content.
Yeah. You can rage bait people.
I love that so much. No, you're right, though. You have to use it for your advantage, but you cannot let it hit you. You know, you cannot take it personally because those are people, they don't have much self-confidence, and that's why they're hiding behind their keyboard. So I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. What is something else you're judging out about?
Okay. Well, maybe okay, I will say that I belong to a group of Taylor Swift fans called Gaylers. Are you familiar with Gaylers?
No. Is it gay? Isn't gay?
It's like, yeah, it basically takes a look at Taylor Swift's body of work and all of her lyrics, and there's a lot of different pieces of it that kind of suggest that she's likely talking about a woman at times.
Oh,
So there's this whole community of gaylers who have all these crazy conspiracy theories. I guess that what I would say is like, I get judgy, but I'm more get like conspiracy theory. Like I get deep into conspiracy theories and I
super.
will like, I'm like, I will die on this hill.
I love that. That's so interesting. Do you post about that?
Not yet, because I'm scared of the other Swifties, to be honest.
But don't be like you just told me how to handle that.
Right. That's true. And you know what? Like now with her new album about to come out, I probably will because I want to capitalize on that community, to be honest.
Yes, 100%. I love that. I love it so much that you and I met. I feel like we can really be friends. We have so much in common. And I'd love to have you back on the pod and maybe do an astrology pod or even like a Bravo pod. I feel like you're watching the same shows as I do.
Yes, I would any time. I'm available. I had so much fun and I would love to come back.
I love that so much. Well, I'm not letting you go yet. We still have some games to play.
Oh, yes.
Are you up for it?
Yes, I'm so down. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. First, it's not really a game. It's more like quick questions to become closer friends, to getting to know each other. So more like spontaneous answers.
Okay.
Let me put my glasses off so I can see. Okay. So are you more spontaneous or more a planner in real life?
Planner.
So
Hands down. Do you want to see? This is crazy. Look at, speaking of astrology, this is my astrology planner.
I love that.
And yeah, this is like my neurospicy coming out. I plan.
And so for everybody who's not watching it, it's a book, a planner book, and it's color coded.
Yes. Well, I have it color coded. So this is like my astrology planner. So it basically has all of my individual transits for every single day. And so it's kind of helping me to learn astrology too. So I use this and I run it through my chat GPT and I have it kind of help me to understand what all of the transits mean. And then I have it come up with an affirmation for that day and what chakra I should focus on, what to maximize, what to focus on, and what to watch out for.
I love that so much. That's awesome. And you're organized too and detail oriented, which I also love. Okay, next one. If you had to pick coffee, wine, or sparkling water, which one's your personality drink?
Ooh. Okay, I feel like I have to pick sparkling water because I would die an early death if I chose wine. I could totally give up coffee, but here's the thing. When I drink wine, because I drink mostly rosé, I put sparkling water in it. So I'm usually drinking like a spritz.
I like that. That's very German of you. I mean, I don't think we do like rosé so much, but definitely white wine. It's a thing in Germany. It has a word for it. It's called Schorle. So you mix white wine and sparkling water and or even Sprite. If you want like a sweeter tone to it, you can put Sprite in it.
Okay, well, I've got some German in me, so maybe I know. Maybe that's just
So
like soul memory.
that's why we're new bitch sisters now. Who was your first celebrity crush?
Oh my gosh. A first one ever first celebrity crush was Justin Timberlake, but I will say that my first I'm gonna call him a celebrity, but he is a cartoon, was Aladdin.
He's hot.
He is hot. It's got the exposed
Yeah,
vest. You
yeah,
see the abs.
100%.
Hottie.
But that also needs a follow-up question. Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
In sync. I have to.
Ah, see, I have
Yeah.
both posters on my wall as a teenager, and I also like Justin, but I think Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys was my favorite. And for me, as German, not speaking English much at that time, Backstreet Boys was easier to understand for me, and I think that's why I gravitated more towards them.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you have to go see them at the Sphere if you can.
Oh, I wish. I wish I could come. I've seen them multiple times, even as an adult with my freaking ex-husband. We saw them in Berlin 10 years ago or something. Oh my God, I'd love to. Yes. We should
That
go
would be
together.
Yes, let's do it. You know what? I might have the hookup. I know a guy who knows Howie from his childhood.
Maybe single.
You know what? I don't know, but I don't know if he's, like, committed.
I'll take you up on it. I'll play Peanut
Yeah.
and we'll come. It's only like a
Yes.
3-hour drive from it. I'm in LA, so it's not that far.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, it would take me a bit to get to Las Vegas, but I would be down.
We plan something. We figure something out. I love that. One song that makes you dance.
Um, Robin's "Dancing on My Own."
Oh yeah, that's a good song.
It's just I can't, like you cannot not dance. I hear that and I'm like, "Okay, we're going out.
That's funny.
We're going clubbing."
See, I'm not much of a dancer. I mean, I dance, but I'm not a good dancer. So I don't think anything really makes me dance. But the one song I'm always obsessed with is Murder on the Dance Floor.
Yes. Yes.
Oh no,
Same it's vibes. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Like
be singing it for weeks in my head. Whatever. Next one, dream travel spot.
I think because I'm trying to learn so much more about my ancestry, I really wanna go to Scotland. Um, but I also would really love to just go, like, rot on a beach in an all-inclusive resort
Yes.
at some point.
I'll take you with me. Dominican Republic, my bestie Simone and I, we've been 3 times already. Cheapest trip of your life. We spent like $600 all inclusive for a full week.
Okay, yeah, you let me know. I'm there.
Yes. And you brought up your ancestries a couple times. Do you care to share what your heritage is?
Well, so I was as I was doing a little bit of this like self inner learning journey, I was like, okay, I really need to understand my ancestry. And I had done the like DNA
Mhm.
stuff a while ago. You know, I know from my parents roughly what it was, but then I started getting on ancestry.com and actually looking into it. And I always considered myself Scottish, Irish, German, Welsh. Like that's all I really knew. And as I started digging into it, it was like mostly Scottish, like
Ah,
overwhelmingly Scottish. I actually found my 13th great grandmother was one of the first women burned for being a witch in Scotland.
oh my God.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah,
First of
I
all, it's
know.
wild that it's a number 13, right? Isn't it crazy? I'm
That is
speechless.
yeah, it was crazy that that it was documented too because she had land, and so really if you're looking at it like it was likely just a money grab, like it was the men trying to take her land away from her because she was a widow. And then they accused her of like messing with the king's ability to marry his 14-year-old princess.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she used, like, pain-killing agents in labor one time, and that was witchcraft.
Good for her.
Yeah,
She sounds like an absolutely queen. Love it.
yeah, so I got really into that and just started and really wanted to understand, like, okay, on my father's side, like, what might be some generational trauma or, like, ancestral wounds, or from my mother's side, like, what does that look like? And,
Yeah,
um, it was really just like a personal healing journey, and I ate up a lot of my time for a while. I was super into it, and now I'm kind of just now I like have my family tree and I'm like, okay, I feel a little bit like more in the know, but now I'm researching a lot more about like Scottish spirituality, like ancient wisdom and druids, and what rituals they may be doing, because I've also been on just like a spiritual journey as well and never really identified with like the organized religion that I was prescribed.
I love that so much. Have you been to Scotland yet?
No.
So we need to plan a trip out there too. Putting it on the
Yes.
list.
Hey, we're going. I love it. We're going to be busy.
Yeah, I love that. Do you believe in spirits?
Yes.
Do you watch Long Island Medium or when it was still on?
Okay, yes, and I had a crazy experience with that involved her. Can I tell you about
Yeah,
this?
please.
Okay. So this was like 10 years ago when I was first getting into meditation. And for some context, I had a sister who died before I was born. So I
Okay.
always had this like weird, like I was an only child, but I had a sister and my whole family knew her, but I never knew her. And so it was just like this weird grief that like I didn't know what to do with. And so I have this meditation that was like a guided meet your spirit guide meditation. And of course, like hoping to meet my sister, right? And I get into this meditation, and it was like definitely the deepest state I had ever been in at that time. And I am like walking into this library, and then my spirit guide walks through, and it's this man. And I was like, well, that's not what I was expecting or hoping for, which makes me believe it more. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And so it turns out that it was my paternal grandfather. And we had this conversation, and then I was kinda like, "Well, great to meet you, grandpa, but, like, I really had wanted to meet my sister." And so he was like, "Oh, that's all you had to say?" And then my sister, like, comes into the frame, you know, and she's grown and, like, perfect, and we hug, and I'm not kidding, I have never before or since felt the physical feeling of, like, hugging my sister like I did in
Oh,
this meditation. And so I was asking her, I was like, "Are you with me?" And she was like, "All the time." And I was like, "Well, can you show me?" And she goes, "Be careful what you wish for." And so it was, like, really cheeky. And so the next day, I'm watching Long Island Medium, and I felt like my allergies were coming, like, my chest was really heavy that day,
okay.
and kind of like absentmindedly watching Long Island Medium, and I'm pulling something out of the oven for dinner, and I hear Teresa Caputo go, "You know that heaviness on your chest? That's your big sister." And I just like dropped this
I just got the
pan and
chills.
I know I just
I just got the chills. I'm not kidding you.
and I yeah, so that was like a crazy experience and I that really sold me on meditation.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
Yeah, so I've had the really fortunate experience of especially over this last year doing a lot more deep meditations and getting more close with my spirituality and meeting my sister again and being with her again and feeling, feeling very solid in the fact that my spirits are always around me.
I love that so much. How old was she when she passed?
She was 3.5.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, yeah. So she was very premature and she had cerebral palsy and she had like 9 brain surgeries in her short little life. And so it was kind of expected, but I was literally born 9 months after she died. So it's a very strange like my mom was like convinced that I would just be her. And
Yeah,
then when I came out and she met me, she was like, "Oh, I this isn't the same person." And so it's yeah, just a strange thing. But I'm also like now I'm kind of like I understand like, if she had lived, I may not be here. I may not exist.
right.
Um so it's a really interesting thing and now I'm just grateful that I sought spirituality enough to like actually develop a relationship with her that's my
Yeah,
own.
I love that. Do your parents believe in it too? Like when you tell them your experiences, are they with you? No?
I think that they do at times, like when we're having the conversations, because I've even had a couple conversations with them or experiences where like I got a message to give them.
Yeah,
And so I've given my dad and my mom messages from my sister that really like hit them and impacted them, but they're both practicing Catholics. And so I think they they still are just like, well, I'm not gonna mess with anything like that.
yeah.
And they're, like, open, but they're not open to finding it for themselves.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. We need to find a medium to come on the pod and then you can have somebody read our souls that are surrounding us.
I have some friends. I went to a meditation retreat in May, and I met, like, 5 mediums and psychics, and I bet they'd be so down to come on. I can totally introduce you.
Oh, I would love that. Yeah, I'm so
Yeah.
interested. I had a very quick experience with meeting my late not meeting, but being validated that my late grandmother is around me. So I would love to have a medium talk to me more
Yeah.
about it. It might be a very emotional podcast. I don't know why that stuff always makes me so emotional. Even watching Teresa Caputo, I cry. You know?
Same. All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Oh man. Molly, we're way over time. Do you still have a few more minutes?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I love it. Let's just finish this game real quick and then maybe play a quick round, this or that, and then I'll let you go. How's that?
Deal.
Okay, perfect. So what's your go-to comfort food?
Um, French fries.
Ooh, McDonald's French fries?
Any French fries. Like, I have my preferences. I like McDonald's in their creamy chili sauce.
Oh,
But, yeah, just anything like crisp shoestring
yeah.
French fries. Yeah.
When I'm German, I need mayonnaise with my French
I
fries.
love yes. I went to Amsterdam one time and they had mayonnaise, and ever since, that's my preferred condiment.
Well, it's the German side in you.
There you go.
What is one thing you can't leave the house without?
My water bottle.
I'm
Like,
weird
it's an
too.
emotional support water bottle.
I'm weird like that too. Honestly, I always have my water with me. I can't drive in the car without my water. Okay, when I walk my dog, I'm not schlepping around my water bottle, but everywhere else, I take it.
Yeah, I always have it, always.
That's so funny. All right. Quick game of this or that. First one, bangs or no bangs.
Bangs.
Oh, I meant to ask you, did TikTok influence you on cutting the bangs?
No, I think it was just fall, and because I had done it before, I was like, "I know that I'll like it at least," so it wasn't like a crazy thing, but I did use TikTok to, like, go I found Dakota Johnson's she was my inspiration.
Love that. I love Dakota Johnson too. She's awesome. All right. I think you answered this question already. TikTok or Instagram?
TikTok.
Yeah. Photos or reels?
Ooh, if we're on Instagram, I'll go photos.
How do you feel about people posting 20 photos in one post, which is me posting about Peanut all the time? But how do you feel about that?
I don't mind it, and especially now that I'm like I really only use Instagram as like a photo
Right.
documentation app, so it's not gonna be like one. So I might do it once a quarter, and then I'm like, "Okay, I like being able to just toss all of these out here." I don't hate it.
I'm the same way. I'm using my personal Instagram as my photo gallery to save pictures because from my phone, I upload them to my cloud and then I delete them off my phone eventually. But in my Instagram, I always feel like they're like, at my fingertip available, although I have like
Yeah.
600 posts. So by the time I find the picture I'm looking for, I might be retired. But
Yes.
I'm
True.
also so scared that I'll lose my Instagram. You hear of people that get their Instagrams hacked or whatever. Bitch besties, don't get ideas. Do not take my Instagram from me. I'll die.
I don't know if this was an actual thing or if this was something that I thought about, but I really wanted to have a service that would just print all of my Instagram photos in like a nice book.
I had that exact same thought a million times already, and I wish like one of those, companies would finally offer it.
Yeah. I maybe we should make it.
Maybe we should be the ones and make
Yeah.
millions off of it. I would love that. Next one is dressed up or cozy sweats.
Ooh, I'm gonna say dressed up. I love to get I made a rule for myself that I was like not going to wait for the fun thing to wear the cute outfit anymore because I had too many clothes and I wasn't doing enough fun things.
Interesting.
and, and so I just started like actually getting dressed again after
Might need
doing
to
that.
borrow
Like,
something when we go out together.
yeah, yeah, of course. But the second that I am done working, then I will put on sweatpants.
I'm currently in my yoga pants era.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you a night owl or an early bird?
Definitely a night owl. Yeah, I wish I could be early, especially, like, having children. I'm like, I wish that I could be a morning person, but if I could stay up till 3 or 4 AM every night, I would.
I feel you so much. And with my current job, I work East Coast hours living on the West Coast. So I'm in the office at 6 a.m. I wake up at 4:30 to walk my dog before the office. It's like, what's my name? What am I doing here? But then at night, when you think I would be tired from waking up so early, I thrive. At 9 o'clock, when it's like supposed to be my bedtime because I'm also a princess that needs 8 hours of sleep, I'm like, no, I'm not tired. My day's
Okay,
just starting.
this has to be something, like, in our astrology. We definitely should do an astrology one
Yes.
because I feel like we could look at our charts and be like, "What do we have in common in, like, Scorpio?"
Yeah,
And I bet we would have something.
I love that. Let's do that. Talking or texting?
Texting.
100%. Pumpkin spice lattes, iconic or overrated?
A little overrated.
Agreed. Too sweet. Too many calories. Which is worse, low-rise jeans coming back or skinny jeans being out?
Oof, skinny jeans being out, I miss them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need the low-rise jeans. My belly needs to be hidden.
100%,
Not
100%.
avocado toast still worth $15 or totally ridiculous?
Okay, I make my own avocado toast every single day, and I make it, like, gourmet. So
Yeah,
I think ridiculous, but I also
love it.
would I would spend that money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Do you judge people more for still using Facebook or for not having TikTok?
I'm still using Facebook.
Yeah, I do have still Facebook, but I'm not actually it posts automatically from my Instagram and I do scroll through it, but otherwise I'm not really engaging.
I only use it for Facebook Marketplace.
Oh yeah, interesting. That's a good one too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it more millennial to be obsessed with brunch or with houseplants?
um Probably brunch because I feel like the Gen Zs like don't understand day drinking,
Yeah. What's
you
wrong with
know?
those
So
pictures? Yeah,
yeah, they don't get it. They don't get it. So it's probably brunch.
I agree with you. Who had the better millennial anthem? Britney, Beyonce, or Avril?
Oh, Brittany.
Britney, bitch.
Brittany bit. Yeah.
Is adulting a real struggle or just an excuse?
It's a real struggle.
Right? Can we
Yeah.
return the where's the receipt? I don't want it.
I don't want it. I return. Back to sender.
Yes, I agree. Okay, last one. Are pets the better kids?
Oh, no.
You as a mommy, you can say yes to that.
No, and after I had my kids, my love for my dog went way down. I'm like now he's like a glorified vacuum, essentially.
I can
So
see that. That makes
I
sense.
don't know if I'll have a dog again.
That makes total sense. That makes total sense. For me, it's the opposite because I don't have children. He is my child, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Molly, this was so much fun. I can wait
Yep.
for the follow-up podcast and the travels we are taking.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much. This was a blast.
Thank you so much for coming on. Tell the bitch besties one more time what's the name of the platform you're working on and where they can follow you.
For sure. You can follow me at Sharp, SHARP Energetics, or the platform is called The Vibe Quotient.
And I will definitely put it out on my TikTok and my Instagram once it's available. And I'll see you soon on the next podcast. And bitch besties, thank you so much for watching or listening. Give me your feedback. Let me know what you took out of this episode. If you learned something new, I would like to hear that. And I'll see you next week. Bye. Thanks so much.
Bye.
That was it for today. Thank you so much for listening. And if you are as excited and opinionated as Peanut and me, please give us a follow on Instagram at the Judgy Bitch Pod. And don't forget, please also tell everybody you know about this new podcast so they come and follow us as well. We would much appreciate it. Would you like to be part of it? Sure, go ahead. Send us a DM with your feedback, your hot takes, and your unapologetic opinions. We might read them next time. And last but not least, don't forget, please follow, review, and rate wherever you listen to this podcast. See you next week. Cheers, bitches.